Von Miller is truly one of the greatest pass rushers in football history. He's an 8-time Pro Bowler, a 3-time All-Pro, a 2-time Super Bowl champion, and a Super Bowl MVP. But now, he'll be looking for a new team to call home as the Buffalo Bills officially released the veteran edge rusher and the future Hall of Famer on Sunday after the 35-year-old played out 3 seasons of what was a massive 6-year, $120 million deal that he signed back in 2022. And at the time of the signing, the Bills were a team that was trending upwards. They appeared poised to make a run at the Lombardi Trophy, but something was missing from their team. They were missing a disruptor on the defensive side of the football, and that is why they brought in an experienced 2-time Super Bowl champion in Von Miller. However, they really never got what they bargained for after signing such a decorated player. Instead, Bills Mafia was left with disappointment. Welcome back to the Bills Bunker, everybody. I'm Jake Varco, and we're currently in the midst of the offseason. The Buffalo Bills making a plethora of moves, and they're set to bring in some new faces through free agency or through trades over the course of the next week and beyond. And I will be right here breaking it all down for you on the Bills Bunker. Right now in this video, we need to talk about Von Miller and his contract that he signed with the Buffalo Bills that, unfortunately, hindsight's 2020 and this one just didn't work out. So let's talk about this deal, what happened to Von Miller throughout his time in Buffalo, and how will he be remembered as a Bill by Bills Mafia. Click subscribe if you haven't yet. Like this video, share it, tell a friend to tell a friend. Click subscribe on the Bills Bunker. Let's get to 17,000 subscribers. We're just about 100 away. We can do it. Let's go. We gotta get to 17 right here. When the Bills signed Von Miller back in 2022, it was massive news in the football world, and it helped make Buffalo the betting odds favorite to win the Super Bowl at that time. But as we know now, the Buffalo Bills still haven't gotten to hoist that elusive Lombardi Trophy, and they haven't necessarily been very close either. Von Miller, he certainly hasn't helped the team. In his first season with the Bills, Miller looked like he was still in his prime at the age of 33 years old. But that all changed in Detroit during a Thanksgiving Day game when Von Miller tore his ACL. And with a torn ACL at the age of 33, the road to recovery was a long uphill battle, and he wouldn't be back in the Bills lineup until week 5 of the following 2023 season. In 2023, Miller looked like a shell of his former self, and he recorded just 3 total tackles with 0 sacks. Then, in the 2024 offseason, Miller restructured his deal to help the Bills save money while still keeping him on their roster. And by restructuring his contract, Miller bet on himself with performance-based incentives, and he showed signs of his old self early on in the 2024 campaign with 3 sacks in the first 4 games of the season. But that momentum came to a crashing halt when Von Miller was suspended for 4 games due to violating the NFL's personal conduct policy. And after returning from suspension, Miller's production dipped once again. He didn't make a noteworthy play up until the divisional round against the Baltimore Ravens when he recovered Lamar Jackson's fumble and put the Buffalo Bills in position to score points, which is exactly what Josh Allen and the offense did on the ensuing drive. And that's really the last memory that Bills Mafia will have of Von Miller, because he's been released by the team in a move that saves Buffalo over $8 million in cap space. Von Miller is someone who is a legend of the game. He came to Buffalo as one of the most anticipated free agency additions in franchise history. But the deal, instead of being glorified, will be remembered as one of the biggest mistakes in the history of the Buffalo Bills. When I say that Von Miller's contract will be considered one of the biggest mistakes in the history of the Buffalo Bills, I don't say that lightly. I myself am a fan of Von Miller. I think this is a guy who is well respected around the National Football League. He's a leader. He's a likable guy off the field. Just watch some of Von Miller's interviews. He seems like a good dude, and he seems like someone that you would want on your team, especially as decorated as he is with those 2 Super Bowl championships, a Super Bowl MVP. as a defensive player nonetheless. So Von Miller, he's going to be an instant Hall of Famer. Once he's eligible, he's going into the Hall of Fame. First ballot, he has to be. So, amazing career for Von Miller. But when you look at the way that this is more of a thing with Brandon Beane than it is with Von Miller. I got to criticize Brandon Beane for this signing. I think, you put all your chips in the table. Maybe you deserve some credit for that. You said, okay, I'm going to go all in. And that was the right thing to do at the time. The Bills went all in. But the way that they did it, they structured this contract for 6 years. 6 years. Von Miller's 35 years old right now. He would have had another 3 years remaining on this deal. So if the Bills and Von Miller played out this entire contract, this guy's playing until he's 38 years old for the Buffalo Bills. $120 million. It's a hefty, steep price to pay. And the Buffalo Bills, over the past few seasons, they've been crunching those cap numbers. Von Miller, one of the highest paid players on their team, and he has not lived up to expectations. Suffered that ACL injury, and ever since then, he's never been the same. It's unfortunate, and Von Miller, this is nothing against him. Once again, standout player throughout the majority of his career, instant Hall of Famer, but this contract, it was bad. It was a bad contract, and it showed out there over the course of the last 3 years. One can only wonder, what if Von Miller never tore his ACL in 2022? Would the Bills have went on to win the Super Bowl? We'll never know. Either way, this contract just didn't work out for the Buffalo Bills. It worked out for Von Miller because he got paid pretty well, but for the Buffalo Bills, it's unfortunate. Now we move on. See who's next. Who's next in line to be the Buffalo Bills' next great edge rusher? We're going to find out. Stay tuned for more content coming your way right here on the Bills Bunker. And anytime there's a signing, I'll be here breaking it down for you. Click subscribe. Go Bills. Thank you for watching. I'm Jake Varco.